Welcome to Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Dan. Happy Monday, everybody.
Yeah, thanks to everyone who came out to our ACT 10-year anniversary show at the Ritz in Sanford.
Yeah, man, and special thanks to the Wayne Dench Performing Arts Center, those guys, Steve.
Oh, yeah, so easy to work with. Like, if you want to do a show, like,
yes.
Steve is the guy that, like, our point person.
He's the nicest man I've ever worked with when it comes to staging. He never says no. He just says, well, let me see if I can figure it out. He's that kind of guy.
Yeah.
And hats off to him, his engineering staff, all of his techs. He was a wonderful, wonderful person, and we love you, Wayne Dench.
And I know we mentioned it on the show on Friday, but we hit him like 2 days prior to the show with like, hey, we're also going to bring a band. Remember when we told you we just needed 4 microphones?
Yes.
Well, now we need a full band set up and PAs for 8-person band.
Well, that was the most negative I heard Steve get, but it wasn't really negative. He just sighed. It was just a, it was a big sigh.
Like, no problem.
Yeah, he's like, no problem. I can make it happen, and he did. And we had the Shabooms, and they sounded incredible thanks to Al and his team of Garage Soul Wonderfuls. You guys are great.
Yeah. And they, Al put that together in 2 days, because we realized, again, we were like, man, and I will tell you, like, adding the element of, because we've done live podcasts before, but it's usually like, we'll have some stand-up, and then we'll do an hour podcast, right? That's what we did at Hard Rock Live or like the Improv. We haven't done too many of them, and we haven't done them in more than 5 years.
But we get bored easy, which is a bad thing.
Yeah, well, adding
because no other podcast is saying, like, no other podcast, every other podcast, let me put it this way, every other podcast says, well, we're just going to go do the podcast. We're just going to go do the show.
Yeah.
But we didn't do that. Well, we did do that, but then we're like, we can't do that. We got to do something bigger, crazier, better.
But also adding the fact that it was live on the radio, too, which then, as we got closer, we're like, wait a minute, how are we going to handle the breaks?
More confusing and harder. Yeah. We had no plan for that.
Yeah, and then
we had no plan for who was going to execute starting the show using my computer. We had no plan for that.
Oh, yeah. Hey, well,
we literally are down to, like, we're almost a 3-person team.
Yeah. And, well, but also
fully.
We didn't think, like, okay, well, we can't just, because we could have the Ritz just start at 7, but if it's not live, that's the intro to the damn radio show.
Right.
So Ryan had to let whoever know, like, the person that was going to fire the cartoon that Swervy made for us.
Thank you again to Ryan Holmes for for working with us and running it. Yeah, it was very complicated. There were a lot of things going on thanks to KC, who was back. I think it was KC, right?
Yeah,
I never got full confirmation on that, but it was KC back at the studio. So yeah, man.
Is the podcast of that out
No,
yet?
can't find. No, it can't be found. I went on Saturday to try and find it.
Okay.
And I can't. It's gone.
What do you mean?
Live only. It was live only.
No. Well, the
360's got it.
Well, no, Casey's got the recording of it.
Yeah, he hasn't given it to me yet.
Okay.
So.
Anyway, well, the podcast
I
will be out.
honestly don't know if he recorded it.
Well,
here's why I don't know.
The radio station records everything.
I
right?
can't. I don't know. I don't know about that. If I were the radio station, I would not record everything.
No. I think they have to.
They used to record everything on a VHS tape.
Well, that's 25 years
I know,
ago.
but I'm just saying, like, and then I think somewhere along the line.
No, it's digital in there. When I was there, it was digital.
I never used it. That was past my deposition days and when I was pulling tapes.
No, I think it's all that. Anyway,
I use the magnets to destroy all the tapes. That's my day.
We'll get the podcast up in 360, recorded the whole video. We'll get that up on Twitch, hopefully.
It's up.
Today.
It's up.
Okay.
Yeah, they're all saying, thank you, Casey. Casey must have gotten it up already then, so it is.
Yeah, because I emailed him, and he said he'll get it up on Friday.
Beautiful.
So, anyway, we'll have the Twitch video. We wanted to get the Twitch video out immediately, but there was, again, we were very optimistic on what we could pull off in one day, and there were some things that we couldn't pull off. Getting the Twitch video up same day. 360 could have done it, but it was like at the end of the show, it was already damn near 10 o'clock, and then I'm just like, we'll wait till Monday at this point.
I mean, it would. Somebody would have been staying up all night.
Yeah. And so
we failed them on the Bird Wednesday. We did not do live Bird Wednesday. We failed them on that. We failed them on the video immediately following. But all in all, it was a great night, and thank you to everyone who came out there and hung out. Tuffy's was amazing. They had a badass band that everybody loved.
Oh, yeah.
So people were partying afterwards.
Just booked that band for our beer fest.
Boom. yeah. If you say you like something, we're just going to let them eat cake. We're just going to book it up.
Yeah, I saw the BDMs talking about how much they like the band Tuffy's, and I was like, well, that's great because we needed a band to play our beer fest. and it worked out. I texted him this morning.
Why not get one that you guys like?
There's some other behind the scenes things that we'll talk about on the BDM show.
Yes.
And then also I did that sprint triathlon yesterday, and we'll talk about some of the stories on the BDM show. But it kind of went off without any sort of catastrophe, which I was lucky.
That's very proud of you, man.
And there was a couple things that happened that like I said, I'll say on the BDM show.
Sure.
One of them involving EJ. Who was out there twitching
he's so he's embarrassing now.
He is embarrassing.
He's embarrassing because he never. Okay, I used to have a program director. I'll make this short. I used to have a program director that had a look, and one of the parts of his look, EJ, this is gonna hurt your feelings. One of the parts of this guy's look was he had a. God, Drew Garabo hated this guy. So the guy, he had a members-only jacket. He was a big, tall guy like EJ.
Yeah.
Kind of sloppy like EJ. Sorry, EJ. But everywhere he went, he had a jumbo big gulp.
Okay.
And he always had it in his hand. You never saw this guy without his jumbo gulp.
Okay.
And the same way, EJ has this look. He's adopting this look where it's like he's always got his phone out, and he always has like a big soda.
Okay, yeah.
And that just looks like...
Well, you don't want to leave any mystery around about why you're fat. So you want to tell you like this is why.
Look.
It's what I'm holding right now.
It's a bad look. It's like, look, I'm holding a sugar vault. Look at my sugar vault. But EJ wasn't
I feel
prepared.
bad making fun of him. He drove all the way out there.
But his hands, he was trying to video you. He was trying to live stream it.
Yeah.
But his hands were it's too full. He had like an iPad out, and then he had like his phone out, and then he had his big gulp.
Yeah.
It's just too much. It's just like, just use your phone. What are you doing? What are you doing?
No, listen, he drove all the way out to Melbourne in the morning, and plus, like, there was,
Yeah, because that's what big gulp people do. They got nothing to do. They got to go stand somewhere with their big drink.
I know he's busy because he's selling his house with Crystal and the Bart Merrick team.
Oh, wow.
So
that's better than Seth. Seth didn't use the Bart Merrick team.
I know.
And curses on him for what he gets.
I told Crystal, I was like, he's selling at $1.7 million.
Yeah.
You know what the commission is? Even at 1%.
That's a sweet 2020
Yeah, you're going to give him a 1.5 and bank some money there.
Show her boobies too, sweeten the
but
pot a
Seth
little bit.
got tricked by the other realtor. He's like, if you use me for both sides of the deal,
it's
I'll give you a discount.
Ham.
Well, of course you will.
We'll do the old Mississippi shakedown.
Anyway, but I appreciate. I saw a bunch of other BDMs that raced the race. Saw a female BDM. I saw a gentleman that
I saw a couple BDMs out there.
We talked to a Cabana Live that he was out there.
Oh my God, he was running really fast, running for his life. I'm sorry. The shooting.
It went well. And then Crystal, I'm super
running
proud of Crystal.
I'm more proud. Like, is this gonna hurt your feelings? You don't have any feelings.
No.
I'm more proud of Crystal than you.
Me too.
Because like you were already doing this. I was talking to your sister-in-law, your wife's sister, Alex, about this. I was like, this is going to sound sort of mean to Tom, but you'll understand what I mean by this because you're this type of person.
Yeah.
To see Crystal do it, like, come along and do it with you and train, and then, like, and she was only, 19, 20 minutes off of your time?
Yeah,
Like, it was impressive. Like, really super impressive. Like, this is a person I've seen get overheated. She doesn't sweat. I mean, she busted her ass, dude. She did awesome. She did,
There were many a times that I thought to myself, I'm like, oh, man, what if she strokes out while she's trying to push herself too hard on the run?
These are the things you think about while you're running.
And then dies in front of her own family. Like her dad was there, and
wild Black Eyed Peas.
Stupid.
Black Eyed Peas they play a lot of Black Eyed Peas at these events.
I don't know.
Y'all ready for
I told her, I was like, you need to go to a specialist about why you don't sweat, but like it's some weird genetic thing because her grandma.
She's made of 100% deodorant.
Her grandma only sweats on one half of her body.
Oh my God!
Which is
she only gets body odor on one half of her body.
I don't know. It's some weird thing. And then Crystal, like, she'll run like this whole time she's been training, and she didn't want to talk about it at the beginning.
Yeah, I messed up and mentioned it a couple
times.
No.
At the end, she's fine. But
she killed it, dude. She did such a great job.
She is like you talk about like not wanting to have attention. Like she didn't want to talk about it because then she thought like. that was going to force her to do it, and she didn't like, and she wanted the option to like get out of it if she needed. You know, it was a mental thing.
She was like, all the way up to it and be like, I'm not doing it.
I told her, I was like, that's counterintuitive to what they say. Like you tell everybody you're quitting smoking, so everybody holds you accountable. Yeah, that's what I did. Because if I give myself an out, I love outs.
I have something I need to tell you.
Always give yourself an out.
I have something I need to tell you.
What?
I did not quit smoking when I said I did years ago. I've been smoking the entire time.
I know, we never tell you. Every break you're out there.
I walk outside and smoke. If you drive by our studio, you'll see me out there.
The office is all yellow. You smoke in there. You smoke.
Do people know how yellow this place is? I don't use my cell phone to save the minutes. I use the company phone. I use the Spectrum. So I use the Spectrum digital line. I pace outside smoking my cigarettes.
But, Crystal accomplished it. She finished it, which, was awesome. And she did a great time, which a little funny story is that
she beat, like, you guys both beat what you were projecting, right?
Yeah, she wanted to come in under an hour 45, and she did an hour 42.
That's great.
And my goal was an hour and a half. There's only our own goals. Like, there was no chance that we were going to be competitive even in our
Maisie
age
doesn't
division.
get it. Maisie doesn't understand what you guys were doing because she was asking a lot of questions.
She's like, who won?
He
lost?
Yeah, she goes,
loser.
Yeah, she goes, who won? And I go, well, there's really not a winner in these, baby. You do.
Oh, there's a winner.
You try to beat your own time. And she's like, well, what did they say? And they said this time. And she's like, did they beat their time? I was like, yeah, by a couple minutes. She's like, oh, okay.
Not as good.
She did feel that way. Not as good.
How it starts, and I'll tell this the whole story in the BDM.
By the way, the lady giving out the medals
yeah,
was very confused. And every time I would go over to get a couple cups of water for either Crystal or other runners, she would try to give me a medal. So I could have literally gotten a medal. Like 3 times I could have gotten a medal.
It's really just a participation.
She was just in automation, man. She was just putting medals on everybody.
Yeah. And
I saw one of the 1% better guys smoke you. I mean, that dude came in way before you.
Yeah.
Those, like the 1% guys are out there because now I think Nick's training other people with disabilities to run these things. And he's created like an army of badasses.
Of 1%ers?
Yeah, they're all, dude, they were already out there. No, but it was awesome.
When they throw the national meeting, one half of the group is going to be disappointed. But is a little funny story. Crystal,
their tri-kits they look cool too, like the 1% better ones.
Yeah.
They're like gator colors.
I need to be in that group.
You do? I mean, they're having a blast, dude. They're killing it.
But Crystal's like, she looked at her results because they post them all up online at the Pineapple Man website or whatever. And Crystal's
they also post a picture of you guys nude, right beside it. Yeah.
Like ESPN's magazine.
Exactly.
I wish that everybody had a post.
Yeah. You have to take photos with a body edition.
But Crystal's like, oh my God, I got 7th place in my age division or whatever.
And
I'm like, you got 7th place?
7th place.
And then like she told her friends and people were like, oh my God.
What'd you get?
But then it was out of 8 people.
Hey, that's all right. That's all right. 7 out of 8.
I got 29th place out of like 30 people. In my like 40 to 44 was my age division.
They do 4-year age groups?
Yeah. Well, that's not in the swim caps. You line up between. Like,
I didn't see you in a swim cap. I wanted to see that.
Yeah, it was everybody under like it was basically like 49 to 40 or something
anybody,
like that, or 50
anybody, what'd you rock? Red, white, and blue? Black?
What, the swim cap?
Brown, white.
Ours was light blue.
Light blue. What, Tiffany blue?
Everybody was associated with what their grouping was to get into water.
Yeah, you're the green turtles. You're the yellow fishies.
Jetson won second overall again. There's the guy that won first is like a former pro.
Way better than Jetson.
Like when you see the amount of time
take that Jetson.
He does this in, it's
how fast
absurd.
does he do it? Was it like I finished in 28 minutes?
I think he does the whole thing in under like 52 minutes or something.
Under an hour? Holy smokes!
Oh yeah. It's ridiculous. He runs the 5K at the end in 19 minutes or something.
Could he do it in normal clothes?
Yeah. Oh, that had a full business suit.
Yeah. I think that's more impressive because no offense to the kid and everything, but I saw too many dig dogs yesterday. We got to change this. I want
you have to wear
a lot of but a lot of old men. They don't. Yeah. A lot of old men. This sport attracts a lot of fat old men. Why?
Could that guy? Well, I think it's more of like people want a challenge, and then like they do the goal thing. They're like, I'm signing up for this, and I'm going to train the whole year.
There are a lot of disgustos.
I give it to those guys. Like, if you could run,
a lot of crashes. We're going to talk about it on the video. A lot of disgusto crashes.
If you're a bigger person and you accomplish that, it's
stronger than me.
insanely good.
Stronger than me. I can't do it.
It's insane. Anyway, so
I'm proud of you though, man. Well done. That was really, really good.
Thank you. No, yeah, and
it was cool seeing it. It was cool seeing you guys do it.
I appreciate it's everybody that I met involved with the organizers of the event, all the other participants. Like, it's a good group of people. Like,
it's very
everybody's super nice,
positive. Yes.
Yeah, helpful. Like, even I'm setting up our bike on the bike rack, me and Crystal. And there's a lady that has done it. Apparently, this Pineapple Man's been going on for 38 years. Yeah, so a lot of locals do it like over and over.
People are really proud of it. The guy that was there from the running club was telling me about how it's the oldest sanctioned race in America.
Oh, really?
Yeah. There's some stat that's weird where it's like it's or maybe the oldest in Florida, but there's some like weird stat to it where their claim to fame is they are the oldest of doing, or oldest sanctioned or non-sanctioned. I forget what he said, but he was very proud of it.
They've been doing it every year on June 2nd, I guess, for 38 years. I guess during COVID, they moved it to December. Some older gentleman was telling me he was mad about that.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't have moved it. A True Blood would have never moved it.
So, but yeah, no, it was good.
So you got to move. You got to pick the next thing.
I don't know what that'll be, or
Ninja Warrior Orlando. Ninja, they're doing you got to attempt.
I will tell you
tryouts.
The amount. I do want to keep my fitness up, but the amount you have to train for these type of things is a lot. And then you start to look at it, you're like, God. Can I, dedicate another? Although, like, I don't want my fitness to go back to. Like, I think I could do this every year, as long as stay fit enough to do it, and then I just have to train 2 months before it, not like
put a
6 months or
knock
whatever.
The dust off a little bit.
Yeah.
Right.
Apparently, I think that's what a lot of locals do. Is like, they use it.
That's what it looked like. There were a couple of older ladies that did it in just like regular clothing, which I thought was badass, where they had like a beach cruiser.
Oh yeah, people do it in like mountain bikes and stuff.
But it was
like
cool
that,
because the lady, she was just taking her time, and she's like, "I'm gonna finish," like it was cool.
There were the 80-year-old division and the 80 plus, and that's freaking impressive. Like you were 80
you think the
plus.
boys will join you? Because there were some kids doing it.
There's an 8-year-old that did it.
There was a little guy. Was that the guy in the red suit with the blades on? There was like
kid. Yeah. Crystal rode past him on the bike, and she was like, I felt like, because there's they don't make on A1A, you're riding on the bike lane, and there's just traffic going. They don't put out cones or anything. You just go out on A1A. And the 8-year-old kid did the whole thing. That's crazy impressive to me.
Well, he had
almost more than the 80-year-old.
He was super. The kid, I watched him when he did the transition from the bike to the running part, and he was like fine. Like when he got to the running part, he's like, "This is my favorite part." I'm like, "Oh God, now you're just bragging." But he just took off. Yeah. It was good. It was exciting to see you guys do that.
So real quick, I sent you these videos.
Yeah.
So Crystal took a video. She was down at the end of our cul-de-sac talking to her mom, and every once in a while there's a rogue daytime raccoon that's wandering around our neighborhood.
Yeah, they get disoriented.
Yeah. Well, they usually
from a
have
bender the night before.
Dysphoria or whatever the hell that the disease that makes them crazy, and they wander out in the daytime or whatever. So Crystal sees this raccoon walking from
a daywalker. She saw a daywalker.
Yeah. Oh, from our side of the street over to the neighbor's side, and then disappear. And so she's like, and you can play the video now.
Here we go.
All right, we're playing it on Twitch right there. So see, there's our house on the right, and when she zooms in, there's the raccoon. You see it walking right there.
Daywalker. Look at him go.
And then it kind of disappears right there at the end.
Hold on, can I watch that again?
Yeah.
Because where did he get? Like, does he have a trap door?
Well,
it looks like he went in a little elevator. Watch everybody.
Yeah.
Okay, here, ready? In 3, 2.
Yes.
He goes down he's gets in the elevator and goes, it's like a corporate time with Tom and Dan.
So Crystal thought, she's like, did it lay down? And now I don't see it. So anyway, so she walked over there and it was gone, right? And then she's like, did it crawl into the storm drain? And then, and this is a completely different day. And we'll check out the second video. So,
Okay, so here's video 2. Here we go.
So,
pretty kitty.
watch it. The cat's over there near the storm drain. Watch this.
Oh, what's he doing in there?
What? You'll see its face in a second. It'll turn.
Yeah, what is he doing in there?
It's in the storm drain, dude.
It's living in there,
Yeah.
dude. You have a colony. You have an underground colony.
I did not know that raccoons lived in storm
How?
drains, and
How
then
could they live in the storm drain?
I don't know. I've never heard of this. Has anybody on Twitch heard of raccoons living in the storm drain? They're like the Ninja Turtles.
They are like the Ninja Turtles. My
Castleberry
God,
Ninja
you
Turtles.
live
Raccoons.
next to the Ninja Turtles.
So
You
I don't
live
know.
near the middle-aged triathlon raccoons.
I don't know how many raccoons are living down in the storm
Middle-aged
drain.
distemper triathlon raccoons. Middle-aged distemper triathlon raccoons.
So now I have raccoons living in my storm drains, and I think that's how they travel.
Give them some Tom and Dan shirts. Or something. Give them some stuff.
And I don't know if this is normal.
The chat
like-
room, a couple of people are saying that they're using it to travel. Like they are using it like the Ninja Turtles. They're using
Okay.
it to get pizza.
Are they have they heard of this before?
No one has heard of this before.
Like I've never seen raccoons coming out of the storm drains before, like rats or whatever. Like I thought only rats and other, I didn't even know any animals lived down there.
No one has heard of
Like
this.
gators, like every once in a while there's a gator in the
people
storm
are
drain.
mentioning gators. Yeah.
But and then does it crawl down the
ladder?
The ladder.
The Ninja Turtles. We know what it looks like in there.
Or was it just hiding in there during the day? Like
What's he laying
that was
on?
a different day we saw.
What's he laying on that he's looking? It looks like he's laying on like a shelf, or is he standing on something?
Well, there
Hold on,
is
can I
like
watch
the
it
storm
again?
drain goes down, so
pretty
and then
kitty.
it goes to a hole. So technically, you could lay on a shelf. Like it's pretty far. When I'm blowing the leaves in there, sometimes I look. And,
There he is. I got him.
Like it goes like the manhole behind it is where the hole goes down to the actual storm drain. So I don't know if he's crawling down the ladder and then like traveling through the storm drains, or if he's just hiding in there during the day, or if he's just distemper crazy.
He looks distemper. What does that mean? Does it have anything to do with your actual temper?
Well, it makes
doesn't,
him go
right?
crazy. Yeah.
Well, he
well,
looks fine. I would say that if somebody
Eventually
said,
die.
what's his temper, I'd be like, chill tempered.
I guess they will if the distemper gets bad enough. They go like
Like a mad?
raby crazy.
Like a
I
mad?
have no idea.
Like what? I need to know what they do.
So
Are
I
we
got
talking about like ravenous mad, where they eat each other, or
no, they'll
He
just.
he looked fine, and your wife
yeah.
was talking to him. He seemed to like it. He's like looking at her, like, yeah, just chilling in here.
So this is a new thing. Now I have raccoons living in the Castleberry storm drains.
We need to go down in the drains. Let's go down in there. Let's go to a pet store and buy 4 turtles. And
then-
put them in the storm drain.
And see the raccoons. Maybe the raccoon will
they'll
become
eat
Splinter.
those baby turtles over. They'll eat the
Oh, yeah,
shell.
yeah,
They'll
yeah.
be eating them good.
Oh yeah, they'll crunch those turtles
crunch
good.
'em
Yeah,
good.
yeah. All right, we're gonna take a break. When we come back, we are gonna have a special guest, and you may or may not have heard this guest at our 10-year anniversary show.
Yes.
So if you were there live, you heard him do this bit. We'll be right back.
That's funny. All right. We'll put that in the file. That is Monday 1, and we're just going to do an intro. Nice. And I guess we're going to lunch. And
Yeah, we're gonna lunch. We'll come back on the BDM page.
We'll see you guys over on the BDM page. I'm gonna go check the mail. Yay!